Black Lives Matter Utah have declared the American flag a symbol of hate. If you can contain your surprise.
Hang on, is this to do with Cuba?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's not even to do with Cuba. If it was to do with Cuba, it would be at least more understandable, I suppose.
More coherent.
More coherent,
Even if
yes.
it's really stupid.
No. They've just said that this was on the 4th of July, deeming the American flag a symbol of hatred, which signifies racism.
Yep.
That's what people around the world think when they're flying the American flag. You know, there's people in Hong Kong and in Cuba.
Hong Kongers. Those are those Cubans. Bunch of racists.
They're sat there. Yeah, they're sat there shouting "white power" as them. I mean, like, what?
Cuba is white.
It's so stupid. Like, it's just so dumb, right? But that's just not what people think of the American flag. It's just not what they think. You know, that's what they would think of the Confederate flag, maybe. You know, that would be a legitimate interpretation. But I can't help but notice that the Confederates are the losing side in the Civil War. But chapter leader Lex Scott had made a very long Facebook post, which we're about to go through in a minute, saying that the KKK can allegedly co-opt the American flag without prompting similar blowback. And I'm just like, oh. Well, if you didn't tell me, I wouldn't have known, because I just don't pay attention to what the KKK do on a daily basis. Why do you?
I'm surprised. I don't actually believe that the majority view within the Klan is that the American flag represents them, because they see it as a country that's accepting integration of the races and race mixing.
I think there is a reason why they're the ones carrying the Confederate flag.
Because they don't accept the Yankee flag, as they'd call it.
Yes. I mean, the people who defeated them in the Civil War against slavery.
Yeah.
Anyway.
The reason I asked this had to do with Cuba, because BLM have endorsed the Cuban regime. I thought they were going to be like, yeah, those protesters, white supremacists, deserve to be shot.
You can tell they're doing the OK symbol and flying the American flag. So, jumping in, he says, now I've started a huge controversy. The media will now have a hold of it. The controversy stems from me calling the American flag a symbol of hate. I stand by my words. I want you to step outside of yourself for a minute. I want you to walk in my shoes for a second. I want you to picture this. Okay, I'm ready. I'm zen. You show up for a protest and hundreds of armed white men show up. They have guns, they yell racial slurs at you, and they are carrying and wearing American flags. I run over 50 Facebook groups. We receive hate messages daily. When you click on the profile of these people sending the messages, their profiles are filled with American flags. When the Klan holds a rally, they carry American flags. They also wear bed sheets, but I'm not going to call my kids white supremacists when they dress up as ghosts for Halloween. Like, what stupid... The white supremacist group Patriot Front also carried American flags in their protest.
It's almost like all these people are Americans.
Yeah,
Could be that they have in common.
The Proud Boys are always wearing and holding American flags when they protest us. Yes. Or the Proud Boys, which often have non-white people.
Maybe as their chapter leaders.
And of course, Tiny, the giant Samoan guy, who wears the American flag, because he's a white supremacist. I met a bunch of these people as
Jesse
well.
Owen, white supremacist.
I met a bunch of these people when I was in California. They just seem like all right. They just seem like guys. Yeah. Like they're just lads who like America. But anyway,
I love how he's tracing it to the flag.
Yeah, I know this.
It's like a bunch of houses burned down. And you're like, yeah, well, they all had sinks. Therefore, we're chasing the fires to the sink.
Well, why? What do fires have against sinks so much? But if you see every person that hates you as carrying an American flag, how would you feel about that flag? If every message of hate you receive comes from a person flying that flag, how would you feel about that flag? Well, I would say that intent and meaning are imbued by the people using it. Now, some flags are designed with certain intent and others are co-opted. So if the white supremacists all turned up with Black Lives Matter and Pride flags...
That tells us Black Lives Matter and Pride are racial nationalist groups for white people.
Exactly. You've got to disavow them, don't you? Don't you? I feel fear. That is not up for debate. No, I believe you. I believe that you feel fear.
I believe that you're paranoid, mate.
Yeah, I'm wildly paranoid. Maybe you should get
like
off of social media. You run 50 Facebook groups. Are you sure that's wise?
God, that sounds like a lot of work.
It sounds like a lot of work for probably very little payoff and a great deal of psychological damage that you do to yourself by using social media so much. And people are like, oh, but you use social media as your job. Yeah, but I don't actually spend that much time on it, to be honest. I spend as little time on social media as I can. And I spend more time just talking to real people. So much better for you. I feel like the person flying it is racist because every racist I've come in contact with is either wearing that flag or flying that flag. Yeah, but they were all wearing shoes as well, weren't they? Have you considered?
They wore underwear. Reject underwear.
Yeah. But also, I mean, like, who don't you think is a racist? I suspect that if you're a Black Lives Matter chapter leader, you probably think there are a lot of people who are racist. I told the world the American flag is a hate symbol and the world erupted in rage. That's because they thought you were stupid. But when neo-Nazis fly that flag, you say nothing. You do nothing. When the Klan marches down the street holding it, you say nothing. You do nothing. Do where? What are you talking about? How many Nazis are there in Utah? Famous Mormon chapter of the Nazi Party. Like, what are you talking about? Like, but the thing is, excuse me, if I have to condemn Nazis carrying the American flag, I'm happy to do that. The KKK carrying the American flag, condemned, consider them disavowed.
Like, if you actually follow Nazi ideology, they wouldn't be able to accept the United States.
No, not
because it's a state that accepts race mixing. So it doesn't really make sense for them holding it as well if they understood their own thoughts, their own ideology.
I mean, it's not going to do much for the Aryan race to have a colorblind state.
Yeah, the United States, the country that is most famous for providing the men and material to defeat the Nazis.
Yes. Yeah. Just, I mean, you know, typical Nazis. But the thing is, you're pressing everyone's comment on the least relevant people in politics. No one knows what the KKK or the Nazis do because no one sees them anywhere. They're too busy worrying about the Labour Party and the Democrats. If you truly love that symbol, if you did not believe that it stood for racism, then why no outrage when it's used in that way? Because no one cares what these losers do. You're talking about a bunch of losers. We've won wars against these people. Like, literally, both of these sides that you're going, oh, but what about these losers? Yeah, they were defeated. When they get another army, let us know, and we'll beat them again.
Let me know when they're running a political party that gets any percentage of the vote.
Yeah, if they ever get an elected representative, let me know.
Yeah.
You know, that'd
Like
be
the DSA.
interesting. Yeah, exactly. You know? We said that the American flag is a symbol of hate, and people who fly it are probably racist, and then these people prove our point. Point proven. Checkmate, non-racists.
We say that the racists have shoes, and then they turn up wearing shoes. We got them, boys.
Everyone with
Reject shoes. Return to anti-racism.
So he goes on about allyship not being trendy or comfortable or easy, which, oh, come on. Come on, allyship to Black Lives Matter is not trendy or comfortable or easy.
Then name the company that didn't endorse it.
Name the governmental institution that doesn't endorse it. Name the social media institution or the actual media or any activist groups that you see online.
Or the billionaire
massive...
or millionaire.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's so hard to find people who don't endorse Black Lives Matter. The international sports tournaments, God, it's just everywhere.
Name the billion-dollar company that doesn't.
Yeah. Oh, well, Chick-fil-A.
They're a billion-dollar company?
Oh, yeah, doubtless.
Ah.
They're quite big.
I think they actually might have. Let me check.
No. I'm reasonably sure they didn't. And they certainly didn't endorse Pride, so... But anyway, you have to push yourself every day. And every day I wake up and decide how I'm going to weed out more fake allies of the chapter. That's right. That's what you need to do. Turn inwards and start going after the people who are saying they're on your side.
Yeah, they did, actually.
Oh, did they? Oh, God damn it. God damn it. Even Chick-fil-A. We used to call it phishing. We would post something we knew that would make thousands of allies deeply uncomfortable to see who became fragile and stormed out. That's right. We constantly post stuff that we know the people following us hate just to see if they're loyal. Wise. Anyway, but the point is, I'm not fighting a war, actually, so I'm not in the business of having allies.
Yeah, I'm not fighting a race war, so why would I need racial allies?
Yeah.
That's the only time you'd ever need such a thing. And the kind of people who want race wars or think they're in one are usually demented black nationalists or white nationalists.
Yes.
I have to wonder what circles you're swimming in.
Well, they all basically agree with each other, just going in different directions. If people truly believe that it is a symbol of love, independence, dignity, and patriotism, they would defend it. Not only when it is critiqued by me, but when it is used for hate. And they don't, and they won't. I'll defend it, I guess. I mean, I didn't see the local Swindon branch of the KKK march this week.
It's always next week.
I suppose.
Gotta be on guard, mate.
I do know a few people in Utah. I'll message them about the local Nazi march that they're bound to be bumping into at some point and ask them to denounce it this time. Don't know why they don't have swastikas there instead that they have.
I'm sure it looks like Wolfenstein over there. Just guys in robes walking down the street. Flags.
You are you are online way too much, my friend. I suggest logging off and maybe go for a jog or something. Go play some sport. Go have a beer. Just relax. Enjoy your life.
Just meet some conservatives.
It's just not as bad as you think. If you enjoyed this segment from the podcast of the Lotus Eaters, you can watch the full broadcast live every weekday at 1 p.m. UK time on lotuseaters.com.